Greetings, everyone. My name is Gerard, editor-in-chief of S.G.I.B magazine. That stands for Soldiers, Guiding Intentions. Believe that, because everybody should be sold into something. Jerry. Jerry Pittman, who was the first black limousine owner, who was the first black limousine company owned in Los Angeles. He's an old friend. He's more than that. But anyway, he told me that I talk too fast. So whenever I find myself talking fast, I stop and I say his name and kind of bring myself down. Okay, I've been trying to post this video here that I'm going to post for a couple of days now. But what I'm going to do, more importantly, is explain to you what I mean. Get as much as you can, as fast as you can, and go home. Because I'm at that point right now where that's what I'm doing. You know, I have I'm not gonna say that or whatever. I have someone who sells me his food card, and it's like 200 on it, and it's usually 50 cents on a dollar. But you would not believe the price I'm paying. Mostly because of his addiction and my understanding it to the point that whereas I won't take advantage of people because of it. So I just went shopping. I went shopping about 4 o'clock this morning because that's when I like to shop. I like to shop early in the morning because I go there with my music and I be singing and dancing. So what I do is I buy meat. As you see, I'm pulling the meats out, and then what I do is individually wrap them, and then I put them in a freezer and for the month. And so this way I know that I have food to eat whenever I want to. Because let me tell you that it's no fun being hungry. Okay, and I'm also going to try to talk about the entertainment business while I'm doing this, because this is what I'm all about. Because sometimes I feel like I'm the last generation who not only saw all 5 Temptations perform, but I also feel that I am one of the last generations who actually saw Earth, Wind & Fire with Maurice White. Now, I've written about him on my Facebook and everything. Maurice White was extraordinary. Wait a minute, okay, this would be a good time to talk about Vonny. Vonny Hilton Sweeney. Vonny Hilton Sweeney she was a publicist for Hugh Hefner at Playboy, and then she was a public relations. And the way that I met her is that I was walking down Hollywood Boulevard in Los Angeles, and it was this, it said closed set, Howard Hessman, We Love Rock and Roll. Now, Howard Hessman, some of you may know, he played the whacked out DJ on Cincinnati KRP. Okay, and that's where his claim to fame came in. So I was able to get in there. I took some pictures and what have you, and this woman was sitting in the audience. And so, my being the outgoing person I am, I approached her and introduced myself. And she said, "My name is Vonny Hilton Sweeney." So I said, "Okay, cool." So we talked a little bit. She asked me if I would like to be a personal photographer. You know, I said, sure. You know, and that's how we met. She was able to get me to interview, not interview, I wasn't interviewing at that time, but photograph Mr. Brown. And when he was in the dressing room changing, and he said to me, he said, never take a picture of me smoking. So that always stayed in my head, and I never did. Now, the pre-Grammy party. Now I'm going to tell you, as Vonny told it to me, you know, I'm not going to research it, or maybe I have once, but it's more important to me that the story stay in the context of the reason why she did the pre-Grammy party. There was a time when blacks weren't allowed to receive their Grammys live. They had to pre-record it. And although Clyde Davis pre-Grammy party was the place to be, you know, it excluded blacks. So Vonny came up with the idea that on Grammy week, she would during Grammy week, the last Sunday of Grammy week, she would have her pre-Grammy party. Now, the change came when Earth, Wind and Fire, who were a powerhouse at that time, refused to do a pre-Grammy, a pre-recorded acceptance speech. Remember, Earth, just like that, late 70s, whatever, when Earth, Wind and Fire had the world in their hands. I must have seen them about 4 or 5 times. But it's Maurice. I mean, Maurice had that voice, and he always had instruments that he played. You know, it's a shame he hasn't performed with Earth, Wind and Fire for about 30 years, close to 30 years. So anyway, so Vonny started having a pre-Grammy party. I met her and another publicist called Walter Jenkins. Between the two of them, they sent me to all the parties and that were going on privately. And it was wonderful taking pictures of artists or actors who I grew up watching. Lincoln Kilpatrick. I bet you don't know Lincoln Kilpatrick. I covered Glenn Turner. I was at a party with him. Matter of fact, Vernon White, who was one of the members of Earth, Wind and Fire, he's one with the long hair, plays the guitar, kind of wild. I got sent to a private gathering with him. But during that time of my life, I didn't know who these people were. Yeah, I don't know artists, you know. This was during the time when videos were starting to come out. So I met an attractive girl up in the Hollywood Hills, and she had a finger on doing videos. So she was showing me some of her work, which was nice, because she was telling me how important videos were going to become. Okay, so anyway, and it's one of those times when after I hung out with her and spent the night, it was like, is that it? Yeah. But that's just how it goes. So anyway, Vonny had a pre-Grammy party. People used to come over her house. You go to any time, and you see people performing in front of her house in her apartment. Comedians, musicians, singers, and we would just be sitting on the couch, cracking up, man. It was funny. It was real funny. Janae DeWan, who plays Blown on Good Time, she was also part of that family, you know, that time. So I covered her with a lot of events. But I still hold it against Janae because there was two, it was three. It's like a rat pack with them. It was Carmina Pittman, who is Jerry Pittman's husband. She's also founder of the Rosebud, I think it is, foundation. And Sally Rogers. I didn't know much about what Sally did, but there was Janae and Vonny. So whenever they normally got together, they usually call me and I would come and hang out with them, take pictures and all that crap. So one time Vonny jumped up and said, let's go to Sammy Davis Jr.'s house. And man, let me tell you, I was excited because Sammy was my idol. I would love to see Sammy Davis Jr. But Janae said, no, he's crazy. And if you know anything about Sammy's last days, he was struck out on cocaine. He was freaky deaking like crazy. He was going out his way. So we didn't go that day. And what happened? Okay, now, so that was the reason the pre-Grammy party came about. Because Vonny thought it was important for black artists to have a place where they can acknowledge their own accomplishments. You know, and it just morphed into something beautiful. I mean, it wasn't just blacks. Lauren Hutton used to come, the model. I mean, you know, people in the industry came to Vonny's pre-Grammy party. And she had it around tables of 10 in a banquet room. And it was so wonderful because you can get up and go talk to Mr. Brown. You can get up and go talk to the OJs. Get up and talk to Brian McKnight. You can get up and talk to whoever you want to because you're all in the room. It was about networking. That's why I always say there's a heaven up above. I know she's teaching people how to network. Okay, so wait, let me see. Ouch. I might have some pictures. I don't know. We'll see if you can be able to see. Okay, I'm gonna hold it up. Can you see it? No, you really can't see it. I'm not gonna knock myself out of that. But anyway, that's how the pre-Grammy party came about. And Carmina Pittman, who's Jerry's husband, who was the first black limousine around Los Angeles, she was Vonny's right-hand girl. In fact, I recently found out that she was one who bankrolled it. It never made money. It wasn't about making money. I mean, she was grateful and she was able to make her money back. The most important thing that we got together, you know, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful. Every year we look forward to this. You know, Ollie Woodson, who's the lead singer from the Temptations, he was a permanent fixture. You know, he's treated like a lady. And eventually the pre-Grammy party started doing the Truth Awards, Mr. Brown's Truth Awards. And so they were giving out Lifetime Achievement Awards to artists who've had success. You know? And Vonny was also editor-in-chief of his magazine called The Truth. I thought I wrote one out here. Oh yeah, there it is. And I was the East Coast representative of the magazine. And I would have celebrities on the East Coast hold up his magazine. So, Vonny said, Gerard, I have no money. And she never had money. You know, people thought Vonny had a lot of money or all that stuff. She didn't. She didn't. As far as the people in our neighborhood in Sacramento, they were wondering, who's that old lady on the corner who always has limousines parked in front of her house? See, they never know. And the pastor never knew who was coming in that Sunday. Because if they were coming in, on a Saturday or whatever, they would go to church with Vonny. Vonny always kept 2 wine glasses in her refrigerator. That was kind of cool. But anyway, here, I'll give you 2 stories about Vonny. Great. Vonny had her event at this one hotel in Los Angeles. On the day of that event, they told her that she couldn't use it because Bow Wow was filming his movie and he had taken over the hotel. In one day, in a matter of hours, she relocated that pre-Grammy party, and it was unbelievable of how she was able to pull it off. I'm gonna tell you something. If you were having an event and if Vonny wasn't doing your guest list or making the calls for you, you could bet sure that you had no one from the A-list at your event. Because once they knew that Vonny was behind it, man, they would come because they knew it was home. They can expect to see, their compadres. So anyway, that was that story. And Vonny was at an event. She was upstairs, getting ready to come downstairs. She was in a gown. In her senior years, she was losing her eyesight. She could hardly walk. And she would call me every morning. Just like Mr. Brown would call her, Vonny would call me every morning. So she said, Gerard, I walked out of my room to downstairs. I'm not gonna. When she walked out of her room to go downstairs, she stopped by the elevator and she saw someone standing next to her. So she turned and started talking. And then she started wondering, why isn't this person talking back? So Vonny, she said, I pulled my hand back and I saw that I was talking to my reflection in the mirror. It was funny, but it was hurtful. It was hurtful that no one who she was with would take the time to escort her downstairs. It hurt. It was funny, but it hurt. Okay, one more, and then I'm tell you something else. Vonny called me and said, Gerard, Mr. Brown's going to be doing a VH1 Awards in New York. She said, you already got your press pass. Go do it. I said, okay. She said, oh, by the way. I said, yes. She said, when you see him, tell him thank you. I said, okay. She said, he thinks he gave you $1,000. I said, woo! But at that time, Mr. Brown was having problems with his inner circle. In fact, I believe there was one member who got charged with embezzlement. You see, one thing about famous people or people with power, when they hand the responsibility to someone to take care of something, they expect it to be taken care of. They don't want to hear nothing else about it. They don't want to hear have it come back. They expect it to be taken care of. And I think that's what happened. But anyway, that was it. I was more appreciative that in his mind, he gave me $1,000. I don't care if I got the money or not. It's just the fact that he knew I was on his side. So I really like that. Because money don't mean nothing. Money comes and goes, but it's your credits. And this is why I tell young people who come into the business. I said your credits are really only good for your mother and your next job. But one thing's for sure, they can never take that credit away from you. Money, yeah, come and go. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and I've been trying to do it, I'm going to play Mr. Brown's last song, or the last CD project he worked on, and that I worked on with him too. And it's called The Next Step. I actually believe that this song could have gone national, but they don't play artists like Mr. Brown's music or anybody like that You know, they rather cater to the newer generation. So, here it is. And I'm gonna tell you one thing about get as much as you can as fast as you can go home. Because this is my getting as much as I can as fast as I can to go home. Because I can keep the card and I can wait a week or so, 2 weeks down the road and need money to get my zone and lose out totally. So I'd rather get as much as I can and go home. So, but I got one other treat I'm gonna share with you about that. As you notice, it has something to do with this with that. And I'm gonna do a contest that you can be a part of. So let me play Mr. Brown's song. Now, it's called Why Did This Happen to Me? And in the song, he says, "Thank you, Bobby." I'm not going to comment on it anymore. I want you to listen to the song. I pour my drinks in shot glasses so that way I know how much I've had. In case I go out and drive or whatever. I know 2 shots, 3 shots, whatever. I'm very conscious about driving while I'm taking it. Okay, here we go. All I'm trying to do was treat you right. I just guess I wasn't good enough for you. Now tell me what you want me to do. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. You will love me no more than play. I'll go pack my bags and be on my merry way. If you don't want me, I don't want you. Now things that we once had, now just please tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. What you done for me, you have to pay. Remember, I'm the one who took good care of you and gave you everything, and then some too. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. Why? Tell me why. Tell me. Robin. Thank you. My bug-eyed bitch. Come here. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know how many minutes this is. So I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes you come out winning. Yeah, hello? Hello? This is the guy who I hit a lick with. Can you see that?
Hello.
Yeah, yeah, I'm home. You better come on.
Alright, I'm on my way.
Okay. That's a nice gold bracelet. I don't know if you see how much you see, but let me tell you. I only put it in the pawn when I got it to make sure it was real, for like about $20–25, because I want to keep the value of it down. Yeah. And also this necklace. I put it in a pawn for $40, but my fiend got the best of me. I paid him $40 and got $200 on it. Now, this is my contest for you. If a pawn shop will give me